Hi there, air signs. It's Jen here from tarotspirit.net, doing a reading for the week of September 17th. Thanks for joining me. We're going to start with Gemini. Get these. Ooh, the Star card. Lots of major arcanas coming out for people. So, at the bottom of the deck is the Devil and the Nine of Swords. Interesting. So this is the insomnia card, the stress and worry, fear-based thinking card, and it's kind of like the minor arcana of the devil in some ways. The devil is feeling trapped, feeling tied to something that weighs you down, that prevents you from living your best life. So most often this is a behavior. And sure, it can be like an addiction, but for most people, it's a bad behavior. It's worrying about things we can't do anything about, usually based in trying to control things which we can't control and ignoring the thing we can control, which is ourselves, our own behavior, our thoughts, our actions. So with this at the bottom of the deck, it's saying that you've learned that lesson. You've released something. You've let go. And this is a real theme this week of something that has been holding you back. Maybe it's your temper. Maybe you're not a fair fighter with your spouse. Maybe you're prone to shooting off angry texts or emails. Maybe you stayed in a relationship, a codependent relationship with someone that's been dragging you down. It could be fill in the blank, anything. Poor eating habits, not exercising. Allowing your insecurity to prevent you from going after a job you want or a person you want. But it's like you finally put together in your head that you are your own worst enemy, that you are preventing yourself from what you dream of. And now that you've acknowledged that and been able to stop that behavior from your inner demons from having a hold on you, like whatever you dream, you can make come true. Like it seems possible, you're healing, you're able to move forward again. And this has been a long time coming. Like this has been something you've been working on for a very, very long time. Now, very rarely do we just all of a sudden say, oh yeah, like that I've just like switching a light switch. Like, yeah, I don't get angry anymore. I don't get this anymore. It's something we've been working on for a very long time, learning to let go, learning to what was at the basis of that. So you're going to really see results on something you've been working for a very long time. And this could be anything. It doesn't even have to be about a bad behavior, but something you've put a tremendous amount of time and energy into and steady work. You're seeing the results. But there is this judgment card, and the judgment with the devil, it's like, I am making a decision to release myself from this thing that is holding me back. Like I'm refused to allow it to hold me back any longer. And when the judgment card shows up, it's not going back. There is no going back. There is no, and this can be very positive. I bring this up a lot. My mother in her 40s started running. And she's now 75 and she still runs every day, or 76, 75. Every day. Like she was never going to go back to she was never sedentary, but to the way she was. She, something in her mind, she made up her mind and it stuck. So whatever it is that you're figuring out, like, I'm changing professions, and that's it. You're going to do it. You will make it happen. There's just no, you're so determined, and this has struck such a chord at such a deep level, and you're so sure about it, that you will succeed, because this knight always succeeds. He's slow and steady wins the race. So this isn't anything impulsive where you're going to chase after some shiny new thing that catches your attention. And then if it's a little bit hard, you're like, nah, I don't think I want it that badly. This is something that you really feel strongly about on a very deep level and connected to at a very deep level. Okay, let's move on to Libra. Hi, Libra. I'm always interested in your readings because I'm a Libra moon. Lots of major arcanas coming out. So you guys probably won't get one now that I said that. What's that? The Magician. Yes, you will. Yeah, the energy to really start something. So no more excuses, I think, for you guys. What do you really want? Like, the analysis paralysis has to come to an end. You know, the air signs, we overthink. Well, I'm a fire sign, sun and rising, but overthink, overthink, overthink. Oh, this has been coming out a lot too, this Empress. This beautiful, it's like the Empress allows things. She's organic. She nourishes and supports and encourages, but she doesn't force. And it's kind of like, allow yourself to be happy. Allow yourself to have what you want. Like, you deserve it. You're allowed to have wants, needs. You're allowed to have boundaries and things that are not acceptable, and to put your foot down. And that is not being difficult. It's loving yourself and having self-respect. And with the Eight of Cups, it is like there's something negative in your life that has been just having like this little pocket of sadness and negativity. And you're finally like, no, I don't want this. This has taken hold. Like maybe on some level you've accepted this as part of your life. Just part of my life is going to be this, fill in the blank. And this month you're like, or this week you're just like, no, that's not true. I can create whatever life I want. And if you think, okay, if I could create the perfect life, what would it be? I guarantee you it's not, well, I want this major monkey on my back. That it's like an obligation. Or I like to say this card's sort of like a slot machine. And once you're in, $100, you're like, it's got to pay off soon. It's got to pay off soon. And maybe you've been going to walk away in the past, but then the slot machine, what does it do? What does it do? Spits out a little bit of money, right? It gives you a little something when it senses that they've really pushed you. And so your Libra brain goes, well, they did do this and they're not all bad, or the situation isn't all bad because at least I get this, and our incredible, I'm gonna say our because I'm one, our incredibly fair brain like somehow twists things into making it seem like it's acceptable because I can see the other side. Well, you know what? No. Like, that's coming to an end. You're not a bad person. You're not unfair. You're not unbalanced. You just don't want this pocket of sadness that you really, really, truly do not have to have in your life. You've just sort of talked yourself in through your mental gymnastics that it just is what it is. And you're realizing, no, it isn't. It isn't what it is. Yeah. Judgment. Look at that. 3 major arcanas. And once you come to this wake-up call about this part of your life, like you can't unsee something once you've seen it. I'm not saying this is going to happen to anyone, but just for a real obvious, maybe you've suspected your significant other of cheating or something. But, your Libra brain, your court-like brain, well, I have no evidence. All of a sudden you see that her kissing someone else or emails or you get the clear evidence. And once you have that, or you just, something gels you can't unsee it. It's like you can't, it's like you're gonna maybe see this in some new light for some reason. Like, I am killing myself at this job I hate. I am I need to start working out because I have pre-diabetes. Like, somehow, or you've been maybe on a subconscious way using this situation as an excuse of why you can't like have the life you want. But that's going away, because you can have the life you want, a creative life, a happy life. And once you walk away from the situation, when you've gotten rid of all your guilt-ridden guilt trips to yourself of why you can't possibly get rid of this negative thing and move on, it's like, yeah, it's like that cleansing breath. It's like, oh my God, I can breathe again. Like, I can't believe I allowed this thing to weigh me down for so many years. You're just like, so you have a whole new lease on life. Um, and you can start getting excited. Well, I've only lived here because this other person, or I only have this job because my family growing up made me feel like I had to do a career like this, like a creative career wasn't acceptable, or you know what I mean. Like, once you release yourself of this, you're able to really move forward with the life you want. Okay, I'm repeating myself. Let's move on to Aquarius. Hey there, Aquarius. How are you? A lot of big guns coming out this week. A lot of like, no more like, if you've been like in denial or making excuses for yourself of why things are just the way they are, and you're stuck in some part of your life and it's like out of your control, or you have been trying to control things to the point where you can't, it's been holding you back. Like, in some way, something that's been holding you back, usually self-imposed, like, that's going to become very obvious for people this week. That's the energy that's been coming through. So let's see what you probably will have. Your message probably won't be anything like that. The Emperor, taking charge of your own life. Queen of Wands. I love the Queen of Wands in this deck because she's on this boat, and you can see that the seas are really stormy. It's really wavy, but she's up on that deck and she's holding that rope, but she's looking dead ahead. She's looking where the boat's going. She's not allowing the stormy seas to derail her from her final goal. Like, she has that ability to stay focused and to see the end result. So it's like, once you make your mind up, and you guys have been working at something for a long time, and maybe some of you may feel like giving up, because the Seven of Pentacles, it's like trying to weigh the difference between being patient and giving things time to grow and breathe and happen, and knowing when it's been too long, and you either need to force the situation or abandon it completely and move on. So the cards to me would be saying, don't allow distractions. Maybe people's behavior are causing up trouble. It's like, stay focused on where you're going. Don't allow other people's bad behavior deter you from what you truly, truly want in life. The Emperor says, he has to make big decisions, and he can't always make everyone happy. It's just literally impossible. So he has to think about things, but then make the best decision. So if you apply this to yourself, sure, you may have people in your life that are like, oh, you should become a lawyer, you should do this, you should do that. That, they have all of their issues, and reasoning behind why they think you should do something. And there is some sort of controlling person in your life. Probably someone that doesn't respect your boundaries, but has super strong boundaries themselves. And this says, you know what, you're the one, no matter, even if you, like, say this person's trying to pressure you to making a certain decision about something, I guarantee you, if that decision doesn't work out well, they'll be the first one to say, I didn't, you could, it's your decision. You do whatever you want. You don't have to listen to me. You know, they're going to wipe their hands of it. So you're the one that has to suffer. That's not the right word. You have to deal with the consequences of your decisions. So they better be decisions that you are right for you, right? So having the determination and the authenticity to make the decisions in your life that are truly what you want, and staying the course, staying determined, and not letting other people who want to interfere or control. Maybe this is like an in-law, or maybe even it's like a significant other, and you realize you're like, they just don't seem to take my side. I mean, look at her. She's just like, oh my God, dude, shut up. Like, there's someone in your life where you need to just, like, you need to be done. You need to cut them off, or learn to just how to tune them out completely, and not allow them to get you going, get you worried, and to, like, have stronger boundaries. Okay. Thank you. I hope you have a great week. Bye.